Structure of a short story. Well, whenever you are writing a story or a novel, so there must be a plot. And I think in one of the previous lectures, we have very briefly discussed what is plot. So now we are specifically going to discuss the plot of a short story, meaning structure of a short story. So plot and structure, they are almost the same. Okay, so what is the structure of a story? See, we human beings, we have our body. So our body has a meaning a particular structure. We have head at the top of our structure. Then we have the chest, abdomen, then thighs, then knees, then shins or calf, and then the feet. So all these things, as long they are on their place, so the structure uh, will be considered perfect. So in the same way, a short story a short story also has a structure, and all the components or elements of short story structure, as long they are on its place, so they will be considered that short story will be considered perfect. So keep in your mind that uh, all these elements which I'm going to discuss, different writers, they have different like understanding or different mindset towards structure of a short story when they are writing. So that different techniques, different requirements and necessities. So this structure which I'm giving you and I'm going to explain to you, it is an ideal structure. So in the realm of literature, people consider that this is the ideal structure of a short story. So if somebody is following this structure, so his story is ideal as far as structure is concerned. So some people, they have deviated slightly from this structure, but almost everyone has to follow this structure. So there are, first of all, 3 points you need to keep in your mind. First is orientation. Okay, so story starts from here, orientation. It is point one. Then the second point is climax. It is somewhere in the mid of the story. And then is the third point, and that is the end. It is also called resolution. Okay, so uh, point one is orientation, point two is climax, and point three is the end. Acha, in between point one and two, you can see the rising action written in mid of the arrow, and then in between climax and the end, you can see written in the mid of the arrow falling action. So the tip of the arrow is actually telling us the direction. The first arrow on my left side, so from the beginning of the arrow, the story starts, and at the tip of the second arrow, where the end is written, so story ends. So direction of the story, in order to understand the structure, is in this way. Okay, so what is orientation? Orientation is also called exposition. Uh, as you can see, written who, when, where, and what, written under orientation. So orientation is actually the beginning of the story, where the characters are introduced, when and where the setting is introduced. As we have discussed in one of our previous lectures, there are characters and setting and theme and blah blah in a short story. So characters, who denotes character, when and where, it denotes, meaning it means setting here, and what means the theme or the problem which is going to get intensified during this course of the short story as it moves towards its middle or end. So orientation is that point which is at the beginning of the short story, and where characters and setting and problem or issue or conflicts, they are introduced in the short story. Acha, now from this beginning point, uh, you can imagine this is the point where you put your uh, foot on accelerator on a car. So as you put your foot on accelerator and you press it, so what happens? Speed starts increasing. In the same way, when the story starts, so slowly, the momentum, the story gets momentum, the story gets fast, and now the action starts rising. So this midpoint between orientation and climax is called rising action. So here the issues and the problems, they start developing. Issues, they start getting bigger. The problem which was meaning which appeared at the beginning of the story, it starts getting intensified. Then a time comes that after the rising action, the problem or the issue reaches to its peak, and that is the climax, the tip of the first arrow, the climax. So when the events and problems and complications in a particular story, they reach to its peak, they get the maximum possible intensification. So now that point in a short story is called climax. And as a story reaches to climax, so now there is no more like no more increase in the intensification of that particular issue. Now it has to fall down, it has to decrease, it has to come down. So now right after that climax, the situation starts getting less intensified. The issues, they start getting resolved, and now the falling action starts. And now when the falling action starts, so it falls to the extent that it completely falls down and reaches to the end, where every issue is almost resolved and the results are obtained, and the things which were complicated, okay, so they were explained. So this is very brief introduction to the basic elements of a short story. So orientation, which is also called exposition, it is the beginning point in a particular short story, where the characters are introduced, the setting is mentioned, when this short story took place, and in which place, which country, which city, which village this story is taking place, and then what, meaning the issue, the problem, the conflict, the theme. Then comes the rising action, meaning now the complications, they can be events, they can be problem or anything like that. So they start getting intense, and now a time comes when this problem or issue reaches to its peak, and that is called climax. And then right after climax, the situation starts getting less intense, and then the action starts falling. So this whole phase from climax to the end, this whole phase is called falling action, and it is also called resolution, solutions. How are the problems solved? And then a time comes when every problem is solved, and then the end comes. So the end, how does the story end? What happens to the characters? So this is the summary of the brief introduction which I has given you. So I hope that this makes sense to you. Now we are moving towards another handout, which is going to discuss these things in a bit detail. Okay, so what we discussed in diagram, now we are going to discuss it and learn it in written form. So I hope this will be more understandable for you. So plot structure. Although the structure of different short stories will vary, the following terms are useful in describing the various components of a plot structure. So again, as I have told you, different people, they have different structure, meaning they slightly differ from this ideal structure. Otherwise, almost everyone is following this structure. But some people, they bring climax right in the middle of the short story. But some people they don't, meaning bring it in the middle of the short story. They slightly stretch it towards the end of the short story. So sometimes the climax is very near to the end point. Sometimes it is right in the mid of the short story. So these are bit variations. And some people, they don't give like introduction of the setting in the beginning of the short story. Some people, they bring the setting in clues somewhere in the mid of the short story or somewhere near the end of the short story. So meaning the place can vary, there can be slight variation and changing in the place of a particular component. But almost all these components, all these elements of the short story structure are going to be in each and every short story. And it is up to you how do you pick and how cleverly you are able to understand the elements, and you are able to pick out the elements from the short story. So now this structure doesn't mean that you always look for the setting in the beginning of the short story. The setting can be mentioned somewhere in the middle. And again, this ideal structure doesn't mean that you always look for the climax in the midpoint of the short story. It can be a bit ahead of the mid. It can be somewhere near to the end of the short story. So it all depends upon the understanding of you, that how clever you are and how good understanding of these elements you have in your mind. And now you will be able to understand. Anyways, so first is orientation, which is also called exposition. In the orientation of a short story, the situation is established. The reader receives information A about the character, B about the setting. So about the character, the information is who is the main character of the story, who else is in the story. So main character, which is also called protagonist, you come to know about that. And then the supporting characters as well. So who was the main character in the story which we discussed last time? Three questions. So the main character was king. And who were the supporting characters, or characters which can be said other than the main character? So there was hermit, then there was an enemy, then there were people of the court, and some other small characters as well. The setting. When does the story take place? Where does the story take place? Okay, see, in many stories, the setting is not mentioned clearly and categorically. For example, some short stories, they begin in this way: once upon a time. Now, this once upon a time is actually telling only like insufficient information about the setting. So it is somewhere in the distant past, somewhere in the olden days of the human history. So once upon a time. And sometimes they very clearly mention it was 1947, it was 21st December, the morning, the cold morning of the December. So sometimes the setting is clearly mentioned and sometimes it is not. And same is for the place. Sometimes they mention the place, even they mention the street number and the house number of particular character. But sometimes they don't mention. So and sometimes they mention like they give clues. They give clues. For example, if they say it was somewhere near the end of the world, and that land was land of rivers, that was the land of grape vines, and people living there, they had dark color. So these are clues. So if you collect all these clues and then you think about them, so you will come to know that they are actually talking about somewhere in Africa where dark skinned people are living, okay, in African continent. And that particular place or country, it has lot of orchards of grape. So like in this way they mention the story. Sometimes they mention categorically clearly, sometimes they don't. This term exposition can also be used to the term exposition can also be used to describe the beginning part of a story. So it is also called orientation and it is also called composition. Oh, sorry, exposition. Complications. The complication is the part of a story in which the action rises. This is often referred to as the rising action. It is a series of events or problems that leads to conflict. Conflict can take many forms, including actually, when characters they are introduced. So now what happens that the characters they have something to do. They have some actions. That an action can be uh, like uh, like an issue, and that issue can be between two human characters, like human versus human or human versus society. For example, story starts in this way that it was 1947 and Muhammad Ali Jinnah and he was struggling to create Pakistan. So now the Congress leaders they were not willing to. अच्छा ये तो खैर हिस्ट्री हो गई. आपको एक शॉर्ट स्टोरी हम बना लेते हैं. जैसे ये शॉर्ट स्टोरी हो सकती है कि इट वाज समवेयर इन द नवंबर ऑफ 1986 and I was struggling in those days for looking for a job. I would go to the different offices and would apply, would leave my CV there, but I wouldn't have any opportunity. One day a man comes and he says that come with me, uh, I will organize or arrange a job for you. So now here two characters, I and someone. So now here I and someone, these are two characters, and what is the issue? The issue is looking for job. So this is the conflict or the issue. Now this issue or this conflict, it will continuously, come again and again in a particular story. So that is just for sake of understanding. Otherwise, there can be a lot more other good examples as well. Sometimes the conflict is human versus nature, sometimes human versus God, sometimes human versus self, internal conflict. Now, as we did that three-question short story, so here in that short story, the conflict was between King and his own self. King, he has his own questions and he wanted to have answers to those questions. So now here, human versus self. So this conflict, it raises, meaning it rises and it reaches to the climax. So here, the king, that conflict between him and his inner self, meaning his quest, his search for getting the answers to his question, it raises to the point that he travels and he reaches to the hermit, to a wise man. So that is the climax of the story where he reaches to the wise man. Acha, the climax is the most exciting part of a story. It is turning point. So once he is able to reach to the hermit, okay, so now climax has come and now from here the story is going to turn and the climax is going to fall down. So climax is the most exciting part of a story. It is the turning point. Resolution, meaning solution. This resolution is the part of a story in which the action falls, as we have discussed. This is often referred to as the falling action. In resolution, the complication is resolved. As we see that the complication which that king had, that was the answer to three stories or three questions. So now what happens? The complication resolves. He receives the answer to the questions which he had, and that was the problem, that was the issue which he was facing. Now the characters are able to solve their problem, and now what happens? He is able to solve the problem. Now question. So okay, leave that question, we'll discuss later on. So now orientation, which is called exposition, then rising action, then climax, and then resolution, and then comes the end. Acha. Now there is another like thing, coda. Coda means lesson, the moral lesson. The coda is the lesson at the end of a story. Not all stories have a coda. In some story, there is a twist or an unexpected end. So sometimes there is a lesson. As in this story, the three questions, we have a lesson. And what is that lesson? The answer to these three questions is actually lesson for us as well. As it was a lesson for the king or the main character, in the same way it was lesson for us readers as well. Now there is another component, additional component, which I couldn't discuss in last handout. Often a short story has a theme. The theme of a story is the central idea that runs through it. For example, in the story O. Henry, in O. Henry's short story, The Gift of the Maggie, sometimes titled The Christmas Presents, the theme of the story is that the wisest and most meaningful gifts do not require lots of money. They are expressions of selflessness and love. Okay. You must have read a very famous short story in your childhood, Greedy Dog. So somewhere at the end of the story, you have a coda, you have a lesson, you have a moral lesson, and that is greed is curse. Lalach buri bala hai. Lalach ek lanat hai. So these are the elements of short story structure. Now, question number one: what is the benefit of reading these elements, and what is the benefit of knowing about this structure? Number one, when you are reading a short story, when you keep these elements in your mind, so you will be able to understand short story better than all those people who doesn't have any information about the structure of a short story. For example, from today onward, whenever you will read a short story, your understanding is going to be different from your understanding before coming to know about the structure of short story. आज के बाद जब आप short story पढ़ेंगे, तो you will be able to identify the conflict. You will be able to identify the point of climax, and you will be able to identify the end and the beginning. You will be able to identify the characters, and you will be able to differentiate between main character and supporting characters. And you will also be able to understand what is the theme, what is the meaning, what message is going to be given between the lines or beyond the lines. So your understanding will increase. This is all these things are as a reader, but primarily these things are not our goal. What is our goal? Our goal is becoming a writer of a short story, because in our course we are supposed to learn the skill of writing a short story. So now, if you know all these elements and you are sitting for writing a short story, so you will be able to write a short story according to this structure. So your short story will be according to the standard structure of a short story. Okay, आप फिर कच्ची कहानियां नहीं लिखेंगे, आप पक्की कहानियां लिखेंगे. For example, when you are writing a short story, so you know there must be exposition, orientation. So you will bring characters and settings in the beginning of the short story. Then you know that slowly you will increase the momentum, and the action will rise, and it will rise to a point that a climax will come in your short story. So you will be aware that you need to accelerate the action, and you will be able to take your the issue or the conflict to the climax, and then you will be able to slowly make it fall down, and then you will be able to resolve all the issues, and then you will be able to bring a perfect end to your short story. So meaning once you have understanding of these elements, so you will become a better writer, better than all those people who are trying to become writers of short story without having the very basic understanding of the structure of short story.